It wasn't no shades.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't no Dr. FM then. He was just getting involved. So we gonna do it like that.
When you go in Q FM, Snip. Good?
Yeah.
All right, Detroit, I'm back. I'm with Mr. I Believe Records, Brian B. It's been 3 years since we hooked up, man. Tell Detroit what's going on.
What up, though, Detroit? It's your boy BJ, I Believe Records, IBR, going down, Detroit. Listen, Crane Nova Gang, Hot Lava Records, Stretch Money in the building there at my home in Novi. They done interviewed up, and here's what's going on, Detroit. We got MyCity going down. I'll let FM bring it. He can ask me what he want to ask me because I'm on fire.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? You like my home. You know I know all the questions, all the answers, but we're gonna give it to Detroit.
Yes, sir.
How did you group all these rappers together to jump on this hot track?
Well, let's give homage to my savior, my spiritual advisor. We won't names, it's just personal. Led me years ago in 2008 to start Unity Project for Detroit. Everything's always been about Detroit, and what happened was a musical tune came in my mind. Didn't know the name of it at the time, but I knew that the Unity Project needed to be a call of urgency for Detroit and uplift and bring our people up out of this crap. So I had to go to my soldiers, my lieutenants, my captains, my generals, and my 5-star generals, which is Crane and Nova Kane. We had a conversation about doing some collabo, bringing people in, because he's over Hot Lava Records and I'm IBR, so that don't usually happen. But this guy has the same dream and goals as I have and other people. So we don't represent ourselves. We represent the unity. And Crane and I was on the same page. That's my brother for life. We break bread together, we eat, and I make sure because I listen to this guy. This is a good man. And so I asked them to come and collabo on a track with different artists. And MyCity came about, Real Divine came up with the name of the song. But the project has always been in the forefront because me and Stretch kicks it way back to the end. He used to come and provide the services, whether it be kids or come for, the free hot dog, chips outdoors at Chantonique's. Stretch and Tone Tone and them, these guys would come and show, and they perform. And it was much homage, nothing, no charge. And these are my D-boys, and I love them for death, I love them for life, and I'm going to always keep these guys up in spirit in their project because in the paperwork, their names was in it from the beginning. So our spiritual savior had these guys in the plan from the beginning, and to show you what I'm talking about, it was written back in 2008. They signed back in 2008 that they would be a part of the project, and here we in 2011.
2 years later.
Getting ready to make history.
No, so now you had an interview this morning, so tell Detroit about that. You was a TV show and talking about your radio show and all that collabo.
Once again, the spirituality of what's going on in the spirit realm. I had an interview today, Clear Channel giving me, and I've been blessed with a radio show, 1310 AM, Progressive Talk Radio, to bring the substance and the uplifting and the truth about our artists in Detroit that's gifted, talented. We are the Motor City, and they gave me a radio show so I can get on the air and spit and talk my knowledge and bring my people, interview them live, get them out of the D. Let's see what the problem is. Let's solve it, and let's quit putting band-aids on everything. Let's go and fix the
What you think is the problem is?
The problem is they have a miscommunication and a mis-sense of our black urban kids in the metropolitan area, whether it be Detroit. They keep locking us down to Detroit for some odd reason, and they think that people, and I'm from Mack Avenue, I'm from Jefferson, I'm from Gratiot, I'm from any parts of the Detroit East Side, as they call it, the Lower East Side. And what I think the actual problem is, they scared of us. They don't understand our message is to help, not to hurt. They are stereotyping us to a 10% group of thugs or killers or murderers and blaming it on the rap industry. And what's the problem is them. They don't understand us. So BJ, I Believe Records, Hot Lava Records, all we're trying to do is show them that we have a craft about ourselves. We have a unique style about ourselves, and they're scared to understand it. And we're going to get in their face and bring it.
So now on the radio show, you're going to put the Detroit artists on there. We're going to talk the whole thing and explain to the other people that don't understand our language and how things is going on down here in the city.
I'm glad you said that, man, because let's be truthful. The other people also could range from any kind of ethnic group.
I'm talking about the other ethnic groups. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the other ethnic
groups. Group of people have to know that it's educated people such as myself and such as your Hot Lava Records and your artists. Your artists, and here's something I'm glad you asked that, brother. Our artists have a unique style. They're not only producers. You'll find out some of our artists are producers and they're rap writers. They perform. There's a lot more to it than just you hear them. These guys spend thousands of hours grinding, and all I want to do is perfect it with the help of Hot Lava Records and other people in Detroit that collaborate. I can't go any farther without shouts out. That's my dude. But and we can't have this happening without a guy like Helliver, and I know we're gonna get into that.
Well, let's talk about it. It has to be a video. When can we be expecting the video? It has to be a video.
It has to be a video because we collaborated in my earlier paperwork back in 2008. I asked for the city to sign off on the fist, the spirit, the landmarks, the urban landmarks of Detroit City that makes a difference to Detroit. That when people identify Detroit, the record says Better Made Potato Chips. We shout out a lot of different places, the Big Three, home of the Big Three. Listen, we need our video to, which is coming soon, to be in front of these places. Right now, I'm getting signs, letters that we can do these videos in Detroit, the places we got to go to, because with our sets, we're going to overpower the streets, and we're going to have them shut down certain streets for this video. So we're in the workings of that right now.
Now, you also have your son on the record, too. So what you think about Juju and his skills? We're going to bring him up later on after this interview. What do you think about him being an artist and how he stepped his game up? I listened to it. I was like, yeah, he's got better since the last time I heard him.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Jitta. Jitta changed his name from Juju, old Juju. He's to the sky, but that's Jitta. That's my son. He's a 9/11. Yeah. He's a 9/11, so he's always got it in my heart for just his birth date alone. That's going to always be in there. Shouts out 9/11, Terry. So, Jitta came about of this project because he has stepped up his game. Over the years, I've been very critical. He'll tell you if I didn't like it, I don't like it. If I don't like the sound, I don't like the sound. Or who's be his better critic than his dad. I'm still a leader. I'm still the head of my household. So he has to understand that also in the music business, I cut off that dad and I become a professional. And he stepped up his game by impressing me with what he has in him. So, you know, to say it in a better way, to bring out Jitta's talent, I had to put him around your Stretch Monies, your Tone. I had to let them see that these guys are so powerful. And I wanted to give my son a chance because I told him history is going to be made, and you've got to step in the ring with this because these other artists that we talked about were already there. He could tell you this himself. They were already there. He had to fall in line with it. So my son, by this time, have stepped up his game. And to answer the question, had he not stepped up his game, would he been a part of this project? No, that's to show you the fairness of the music business that I truly believe in. It's about professional. And I went to these artists that's on this label because of the professionalism, and Jitta stepped up the game, and he hats off to him. That's my son, but yet you can see it from me. It wouldn't matter blood or not. This is about business.
It's about business. It's about business. Money. It's about getting it in, right?
Image too.
Image. Yeah. Image is everything.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking you clean up this image, putting that positive record out there in Detroit. I mean, I think it's gonna make a lot of noise. I mean, it's a wonderful thing.
You're talking about a city that's hurting. Doc, and it takes us that live in this city. Some people would say, okay, he's a nobody, but my property's in Detroit. I'm half 100 years old. Who else can better tell you? And I wear my fitted, depends, you might think I'm 31. I'm telling you, out of my 50 years experience, Detroit need a crew of positive artists that's like your Stretches. They won't talk about the positive things that this young man has done. Charity work, he do all sorts of work with the help of a crane, Novocaine. These guys and these teams, your Hellivers, your Tone, your Stretches, your Birds, your Lady T, all these different artists, your Jitta, your Rel Divines, your David Billy, who's the composer. You take these type of people and put them in a studio, and man, I'm telling you, we're going to give them the world's greatest Detroit has to offer. So I'm telling you, Mr. Doc FM, that we are bringing this. We ain't asking y'all for nothing. We're going to take it. We're not being forceful by negative. We're being forceful by positive.
You know what we're going to have to do?
Yes, sir.
I was talking to Stretch on the way over here. We're going to have to we're going to get a show.
Yes, sir.
I mean, 3,000 or 4,000. We're going to have to record it, sell it out. I'm talking about just be Detroit artists, get the market, get the machine behind it, record, and let let the world see it. So when these artists, like a Stretch or a Tone or whoever it may be, say, gotta put their portfolio out there. Okay, what you did, and when they get in front of these people, these record labels, hey, I sold out my own city. I mean, they have questions every day. What are you doing in your city? Are you selling city? There you go, right there.
I'm glad you said that.
It's right there. I think we need to get together, put all our monies together, because getting behind somebody else or other artists when they come to the city, we go spend our money, we go sell out their show. Let's sell out our show. I was just talking to him about that on the way over here. We need to put that together, put these artists together, showcase them, get some money behind them, do a show, record it, sell it out. So when they go talk to these executives or whatever, when they say what you did, here you go.
Let me help you, brother. Doc raised a hell of a point. Here it is. I've established I Believe Records Outreach. There's a nonprofit. I have attorneys setting up a 501c for it. That is the answer to what you just talking about. I Believe Records believe that Detroit needs another Motown. Not trying to replace Berry Gordy, but we need a building built from the ground up, state-of-the-art infrastructure, state-of-the-art everything. So a Stretch Money or a Jetta can go in there at 2 or 3 in the morning with a, and this is being done through a nonprofit. I got Fred Drew Hall, state representative behind this campaign. We're getting ready to do some meetings on getting this money together so we can fund a brand new, listen, you're hearing it live right here, a brand new state-of-the-art Detroit Records company. So that way our artists without charge can go with, Stretch can have a brain fart, and I keep saying Stretch, he's my dude. So somebody can say, he's riding Stretch, this is my dude. I'm being nice, camera. That's my dude. So he could go at 3 in the morning and the engineer be there because the engineer has, our engineer, and he can get off what's on his mind and have it not only copyrighted, because we're going to teach all the intricate details about the music business. That's right, these guys are experienced. They know how to do their paperwork. And Stretch, by the time he can come out, if he went in at 3 in the morning, we expect that to be on the radio by 12 noon because of everything and the team in Detroit. And we're going to take care of the paperwork to be done. It'll be mixed, mastered, and ready to be done. We expect to have a brand new facility built from the ground up, and I won't stop because that's what my cause is, to die for Detroit.
You know, last time me and you got together, it was everybody's birthday.
Yes, sir.
We sold the place out.
Sold the place out.
They ran out of liquor.
Live performance.
They ran out of food.
We had a live band.
We had a live band.
We kicked.
Everybody was R&B artist was there. K-John, everybody.
K-John.
Before it was K-John, he was there. Rob, Day 26. We sold the place out. That's why I know
that's right.
That we need to do something bigger. Get a machine behind it. Help these artists out. Stop the open mic stuff because they're not helping these artists out. The promoters sticking the money in their pocket, they're not helping the artists out. We need to do this show. I don't care if it's Harpo's or we go get the Fox or whatever.
I guarantee him a hell of a show. I guarantee him a hell of a show. And when I say the word I'm sorry, y'all. We guarantee a hell of a show because all of this is the spirits. And I must reiterate this. This is not a me. This is a spirit-filled unity mission that's been happening in Detroit for some years, and it's taking God's lane to get in my face and to get in his face, and to find out this is the same thing that's in this man's heart. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is so real that how can two can come together on one accord and not even meet and know each other, but as soon as we both talk, I love this brother from day one. We loved each other in advance, and that's keeping it 100.
Hey, that's what it is. You heard it from Mr. CEO. I'll be
Detroit, MyCity.
You know it is. We got the son coming up next, Mr. Juju. I'll be right back. But we got to do that show.
Good interview, fellas.
Damn. This is what I do, man. This is what I do, man.
Damn.
Hey,